where's your business at now compared to where it was a year ago? Because this is another like, it's a fast transition. Like I'm starting to finally see how fast time goes by. Like daily, I feel like I have no time, and then like the years flown by, and I remember at the beginning of the year, like man, like let's get it, let's go, and then all of a sudden, wow, it's December.
So much learning, man. Where my business is now, compared to last year.
Like what have you learned?
Honestly, that's insane. Because I go back and I look at some of the videos I posted on social media and stuff like that from last year, and it's almost laughable, but at the same time, that's kind of where I was at. You know what I mean? We just always kept it kind of going. Again, you know me, I'm very slim when it comes to marketing and just some of my costs, even though I still don't feel like it is. I feel like I'm spending a lot of money, but I'm not, compared to other people. But man,
let's talk about your biggest achievements this year. So I think your Airbnb is a huge one, bro. I think
that is a huge one. That was massive. I feel like I don't even that shit just came out of just. Yeah.
let's talk about that one real quick, bro. Like, where'd you find it? And then do you care about talking about cash flow numbers?
No, I don't. Numbers don't. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Where'd you find it? How'd you fund it? I think it's creative what you did with funding it with Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that whole thing.
Okay. Shoot. Well, pretty much. I stay in Southeast Fresno, so that's just kind of just my everyday. And again, getting into real estate, you learn like now when you drive, like your eyes are everywhere, right? You don't realize before that how much you drove with your head down or just not really aware of what was going on, right?
Do you drive when you're bored?
Huh?
Do you drive when you have
that's my number one thing to go do is drive.
Like if me and Kalani have like time to kill in between events, or if I'm ever down here,
we'll drive.
Just drive around and
all it takes is one. It's like squirrel. You see freaking high grass and you're like, oh, we gotta go down there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. But it was a street that we always go down this street, and I would always see this for rent sign. And I like the neighborhood because our wife's grandparents stay in that neighborhood. And so I knew it'd be a nice house. And so it was just one of those things where I was always in a rush, whether I'm going to go pick up my son from somewhere or I got an appointment or just whatever it may be. And so I finally just decided, like one day I was just driving, seeing the sign. I'm like, man, let me call this sign. And so I called the sign, and as I'm dialing the number into my phone, a name pops up. So I'm like, I already got this person's, number in my phone. And so it ended up being a coworker that I had when I was teaching for my first teaching job, right? Yeah. And so I shot her a text message and I was like, hey, I was like, I took a picture of the sign. I was like, hey, this your house? And she was like, yeah. She sent me some pictures of it. She was like, I was like, how much you asking for, to rent it? She was like, $1,825. She's like, I know it's a lot. And I'm kind of like, well, it is. But they mentioned that it was built in 2015. It's in an older neighborhood, but it's a newer build. And so I was like, okay. So then I reached out to Kyle. It was like, hey, this is kind of what I found. I knew it was a 4-bedroom. So I was like, okay, that can be good. Well, great. You know what I mean? Compared to just a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom. And so I shot it to him. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? It's in this neighborhood. Some of our buddies, Darren and Cam, they have, as you know, I live next door to their Airbnb.
Yeah.
Again, that's in Southeast Fresno. So I kind of just by, talking to them and stuff like that, I could see kind of how it's being booked. Just like, man, there's always somebody there, right? And so he kind of ran over some of the numbers and kind of what he believed we'd be able to get nightly. And so the way he shot it out to me was kind of like, if you're able to keep it booked for this many days at this rate, you should be able to make about $2,200, net $2,200 a month off of it. And so I was like, really? Right. And so that's what I had told I didn't tell the homeowner that, but I was just kind of like, would you consider letting me sublease it through Airbnb? And, they're a little bit older. And so, obviously when us millennials, when we start bringing up some new shit, they kind of like, nah, like we just want to rent it. Like, you know what I mean? But they were just kind of like, oh, how does that go? And so then at that point, it was really just phone tag with Kyle trying to see the best way of relaying this or explaining it over to him. And so I had Kyle, I believe I had him hop on a call with me. We had set up a call. They were like, we kind of like that proposition. Let's hop on the phone tomorrow with my husband. We'll kind of see what's going on. We'll talk about it a little bit. And so they had like insurance questions. They had questions on just like repairs, who's going to be doing this.
Are you covering that? Are you covering like minor repairs?
We'll cover everything that isn't major in the sense of like there's no like the heater, the HVAC basically, the water heaters. It really just depends. But for the most part, we told them that was pretty much the benefit of letting us sublease it through Airbnb is that they still get what they wanted in rent, but they don't have any of the maintenance or things that typically come with being a landlord.
And the nice part is like it's built in 2015. You're not going to have any maintenance. Problems.
So it's just like almost like a bird that you turn into right. And so after talking with Kyle and stuff like that, we kind of ran some of the numbers on what it would be to furnish a 1,500 square foot home and 4 bedrooms and stuff like that, and it came up to about it'd be between $16,000 and $20,000 to fully furnish it.